joining the meeting tonight.
He'll be doing it on the city, so this is good training.
All right, I will call the Thursday, September 22nd, 2022, 5:30 Planning Commission meeting to order, and we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join us. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Let's see, we'll just start off with a roll call. Jason Wienerman.
Jason Wienerman, District 1.
I am Sean Blackburn. I represent District 2. I'll be serving tonight as the chair, substituting for the usual chair who represents District 3, Jason Crone, who is not with us. Ken?
I'm Ken Mossman from District 4.
Mike Prell, District 5.
Jeff Bertram at large.
Rich Blankish, member at large.
And Joe Persky is our ex officio member who is not with us this evening. We are going to be discussing the rezoning application request submitted by Todd and Marcy Wellberg from Sauk Center. This is according to Section 4.1 of Stearns County Land Use and Zoning Ordinance number 439 to rezone approximately 5 acres from the Ag 40, A40 zoning district to the commercial zoning district. The property is Lot 1, Block 1 of Mellon Acres North, lying east of County Road 186 in Section 23 of Sauk Center Township. The property address is 39198 County Road 186 in Sauk Center, Minnesota. We'll a quick roll call of those who visited the site. Jason?
Yes.
I did as well. Ken?
I did.
Mike?
Yes.
Rich?
Yes.
And Jeff?
Yes.
Thank you. With that, we will go to the staff report. Angie?
Good evening, Angie Berg with Environmental Services. This request is a 5-acre request from agricultural 40 to commercial zoning district. The property is adjacent to central equipment sales, and if the rezoning is approved, the applicants plan to build a storage shed for their semi-trucks. Sauk Center Township is the permitting authority in this case, so they'll be working with the township on those permits. The property is Lot 1, Block 1. The access is from County Road 186 and has been reviewed by County Highway. No proposed changes are recommended or required. The property is located near the Sauk Center Airport Overlay District. On this map basically shows what they call the safety zone C, and there's height limitations for structures that are going into the Airport Overlay District. However, in this case, the commercial zoning district height restriction of 45 feet is more restrictive than what would be allowed under this cone of depression, basically. So there's no concerns there. If you visited, all of you visited the property, you can see it's a lot of industrial commercial in that area adjacent to 94, also a gravel pit not too far away, the airport, Felling Trailers is moving out that direction. We did do a Lisa score at 74, which is interesting based on the size of the parcel. Normally smaller parcels render a lower score, but that's what we have. The township did recommend approval of the rezoning. Their minutes were included in your packet. They did go through the township recommendation form, citing that the property rezoning is consistent with the comprehensive plan for the goals and policies, future land use designation, and the future land use factors. So here's an aerial photo showing the area. The home has been removed. You saw that likely in maybe some prep site work going on when you were out there. We did not receive any public comments in writing, so I don't have anything to share for that. I also did a site visit last week, but when the staff reports went out, didn't know what day I was going to get out there. I was there last Tuesday. So with that, that's all I have to add, Mr. Chair, unless you have any questions.
No, thank you. With that, if the applicants would come forward, please, and take your spots over here. Please make sure your mics are on, the green lights on the microphone, and introduce yourselves to us.
Hello, I'm Todd Welberg.
I'm Brady Welberg.
Sorry, your address, please.
What was that?
Your address, please.
For the shop or mailing address?
Your home address, please.
24604 Rolling Acres Drive, Glenwood.
Thank you. All right, do you have anything to add to the report, the description, the discussion at this point?
Not really. Just hoping it goes through so I can get started.
Okay, all right. With that, commission members, any questions, comments?
I just have one question. How come this wasn't rezoned when everything else was rezoned there, that this little,
So
one little spot was sitting there?
when we bought the property, we bought 12 acres from Moline, Dale and Jimmy Moline. And they still had the house with the shed, so they retained 5 acres. And they lived there up until Jimmy wanted to sell the house. Then we bought the house and the building.
Because as far as it's agricultural, and we saw the leases score, and people would say, well, that's not a very big field. I farm fields smaller than that, but
And I did have alfalfa, or the neighbor next door, Chris, he put that into alfalfa for a few years here, probably 4 or 5 years till now.
Mr. Chair, question for staff. So we're going to act on the zoning of this. The 2 permits, the Sauk Center Township and the airport permit, those are separate. So regardless of what we do here, that permit would be outside of this process.
Mr. Chair, Member Wienerman, correct. The township would not be able to issue the permit, however, without the rezoning.
Okay, thank you.
Anything more? So you mentioned there was no correspondence.
Correct.
Do we have anyone online or anyone here who wishes to speak? This is a public hearing.
Motion to close?
I'll second.
Motion has been made to close and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Any further discussion at all? I lost it. My findings. There we are. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. With that, we'll go to the findings of facts. Is the proposal consistent with the zoning ordinance? Why or why not?
Would be, Mr. Chairman, zoning ordinance 439, section 4.10.1.
Thank you, Jeff. Does the proposal conform to the comprehensive plan in the county? List applicable sections, please.
Mr. Chair, this is kind of an odd situation. So the area is identified as ag zoning. However, it's sort of a remnant ag region. It's a small parcel inside of a pretty heavily developed commercial area. So I would say that based upon surrounding land uses, it is appropriate based on the plan. And also business goal number 4, which is enhance the ability of local retail and commercial businesses to sustain cities and small towns. And also rural business policies 3, encourage rural businesses seeking expansion in ag areas to locate near major transportation corridors, of which we have the airport and I-94.
Thank you, Jason.
Mr. Chairman, Add business goals number 1, increase in county's regional prosperity and being globally competitive and business friendly.
Thank you, Jeff. Let's see. Should we go through the feedlots?
Number 3.
Number 3. Is the proposal compatible with the existing neighborhood? Why or why not? There are some feedlots and et cetera in the area.
It's certainly compatible, Mr. Chairman. The corridor, it's all commercial. Dale Moline Feederbig was a commercial. It's certainly compatible.
Thank you, Jeff. How has the applicant demonstrated that standards and criteria stated in the ordinance will be satisfied?
You'll have to comply with the airport zoning requests and also the township permitting process.
Certainly. Thank you, Jeff.
And the proposal indicates it's also a storage shed kind of facility, which would be appropriate for this site.
Thank you, Jason. Other issues pertinent to this matter?
We received township input, and they recommend approval of the zoning change.
Thank you, Jason. Anything federal, state, or local permits involved, or
No.
environmental concerns, groundwater, surface water, air quality? Anything?
The other thing is the airport.
Sure. All right. Well, I think with that, we'll look for a motion.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chair, I'd move to approve the application to rezone.
Second.
I've got a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
And for the record, Mr. Chairman, it's for the September 22nd county board meeting.
Thank you. Thank you. Was there anything further?
That's the October 22nd, or October 20th?
27th.
27th.
Oh, 27th, I heard 22nd, which is today.
I said 7th, but I don't clean my mouth out once.
Thank you. Motion carries then. Any other business?
Move to adjourn.
A motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
Todd, does
What's going for the fastest meeting?
Mr. Wessel still work with you? Matt? Yeah. Yep.